David Charlton, an enigma, dark, mysterious, strange, not dark actually, ginger. Made famous by the 2011 Strangeways documentary. It's no longer available, you can't stream it. It's been taken down everywhere.
The trousers are coming down, so there's no...
Have you not got a belt or anything?
A belt, yeah.
So David, my first meeting, he came from North Manchester Hospital. He was racist, abusive to both police and nursing staff. And boy, that lad could be racist. He had a mouth on him. He was a fully functioning adult male when he came into prison. He could walk, talk, and he had control of his bladder and his bowels. First meeting, his aim in life was to be cared for. He was abusive to staff from the off.
Behave yourself. Good night. Mr. Charlton, let me just explain.
He was put in a cell for 3 days. He just laid there and shat himself and peed himself. There's a reason you look after your young children, babies, change their nappies regular, cream on the bum and that, stop them getting sore. He had sores. He had a rather large belly at that time. He was a big lad when he first come into prison. If you lifted his belly, it was sore underneath, and I mean sore, red and angry. I'm sorry for this, but in order to understand, think cream cheese. Yeah? So he laid in bed for 3 days, just shat and peed himself. These other people live on the healthcare. It's hospital wing of Strangeways. When we cracked the cell door to get him out to court, get him in the shower first, the stench was unbelievable. There was a nurse on the landing who just spewed up on the spot. There was an hour's battle, not a fight, not a violent, just making it awkward to get him showered and cleaned up, because they won't have him in court like that. And we wanted him from the off out of prison. They had no prison transport for him because he refused to walk. He claimed he couldn't walk. He was able-bodied. You're not going to understand this. This guy was able-bodied. He weren't ill. And like I say, he could control his bladder and his bowels. He chose not to. He wanted to be cared for. The only thing he would do for himself is eat. And while we're talking about being up here, he didn't clean his teeth. Not once. Yeah? So you see where I'm coming from. But I wished him no harm. This was his life. He wanted to be cared for. He was racist, he was abusive, he was assaultative to the nursing staff. Not in a violent way, not lashing out, punching out. He would throw his own feces around. He would wreck his cell. Yeah, he made life awkward. He was put in front of a psych. Nothing wrong with him. He didn't need medication. He insisted he couldn't walk. He was regularly checked out by the physio. Yeah. Imagine coming into prison, somebody coming into prison able-bodied and leaving not being able to walk. There's a big claim. By the time he left prison, he was in about 18 months and laying on the bed in a fetal position. The physio said his tendons would have shortened that much that he would need surgery and he would need them lengthening in order to straighten his legs and walk. And he would have needed intense rehabilitation, intense, for a couple of years in order to be able to walk. He weren't interested. He got no intention of ever walking again. He wanted to be cared for. Let's talk about the letters. So 3-part documentary. David was on pretty much every part. Covered in shite, being abusive, threatening. Infamous, like I said. His feet, he refused to cut his nails. His fingernails or his toenails. His feet, there were pictures of him, bald eagle, David's head with his feet. Think American eagle claws. Yeah. It was all quite disgusting. Every day I got home, I would walk in the front door of our house, take my uniform on, straight in the wash. It stank. The whole healthcare stank for the whole time he was there. And other people lived on there. It was a hospital wing. hospital wing of the healthcare, David Charlton. It was endless, but he just wanted caring for. Back to the letters. A young lady, she sent a picture, very pretty, sent him a picture. At the bottom of the letter, there was a smear of something brown. I'll let you use your own imagination. She said, David, you're quite definitely gay. I don't fancy you. You're not my type. But when you get out of prison, let's meet up. You can come to my house. I'll put clean bedding on the bed. I've got a nice big plastic sheet. And we can lay on the bed together, shit ourselves and roll in it. You can't make this up. There was another woman sent a picture of a beautiful farm in the Lake District. The Lake District, beautiful part of the country. She wanted to build an extension for David. You know, she would get carers to look after him. And in the summer, she would wheel him out into the fields in his wheelchair. And I think she had a donkey sanctuary, so he could see the donkeys and the countryside and everything else. The letters were endless. No abuse, all offering help. People do not get that this guy, he had a plan. He knew what he was doing. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a personality disorder. He didn't require medication or anything else. He didn't require hospitalisation. He definitely didn't require a mental health hospital, a psych ward. We had an housing officer, a lovely man. At some point during his prison career, he was told to find somewhere for David. Prison weren't appropriate, and it wasn't. The housing guy was a really good guy, so he found a bedsit. Yeah, he found a bedsit for David. David went out, you know, we all said goodbye. He went to that bedsit. After a day, he shit it up. Yeah. The housing officer nearly got the sack for that, for sending David Charlton there. He did what he was told. David would just lay there and mess himself. Yeah. He's not interested in anything other than being cared for. Hopefully we can find a clip. Like I say, I wish him no ill. Looking back now, he was very unique. He's got to be Strangeways' strangest prisoner. And we had long conversations. You know, he put complaints about me. I said, David, you're an able-bodied guy. You refuse to use your legs. You're going to lose the use of your legs. There's people out there, you know, soldiers, people who've never been able to walk. What they'd give to be able to walk. That's David Charlton. I don't know whether he's still alive. If he is, I wish him well. Last time I heard, he was in Precedes Hospital, being cared for, looked after. That's a mental health hospital. I'm just going to leave it there, guys. Hopefully, like I said, we'll find a clip. Thanks for your continued support. If you'd like to become a channel member, links in the description. Happy Easter again on this bank holiday Monday. God bless you all. Thanks for coming. David. Cheers. I'll see you there.